Hey now. Hey L. Rich Will. Hey Mark T. Live. Hey Flatfish Tuna. What's happening, everybody? Hey Catherine. Oh, hi Allie. You can say hi out loud.
Hi.
How we doing? How's everybody doing today on this Tuesday back from Labor Day weekend? If you're in the U.S. or Canada, that is. Hey, hey. Hey, Catherine. What's going on? Hello. It is time for Steel Doug's idea, which is typically going to be, hey, Lord. Hey, Cricket. How you doing? Feel free to, if you are an entrepreneur, or if you're a small biz, or if you know entrepreneurs or small business owners, feel free to invite. Hello. Not putting everyone on the spot that you have to all invite all followers.
You must invite all followers.
Allie, that's Allie. Allie's going to do that. Allie went there. She went there. She's not even on screen, and she went there. It's all good. But feel free to invite. I think this is a good one. I think all of mine are good ones, but I think this is a really good one. Oh, they're saying they love you. Well, you're in the room. You can see that she's in the room. You can tell her you love her. She's not, she's here physically, and she's actually in the room virtually. So you can say hi to Allie if you like. Hey, hey, hey. Okay. So this week's topic is about fun. Hey, Pensive. What's up, man? Featured Jason Stolken, Scoper of the Day. Hey, Madman. I got a couple of comments in on you there on Jason Scope. Hey, Victor Albizur. Didn't quite get your handle. Hey, Dirty Mitten. What's up? Okay, so let's get started on this. And I'm going to flip the screen real quick. I have slides for this one. I will recap them at the end. Oh, thank you. You like the shirt? Little Bob Marley, man. Had me fooled. Good acting on Malin's show, right? I know. For anybody that saw that, that was a setup on Malin's Mayhem the other night. That was totally a setup. So, yeah, I've got a little slideshow set up for this scope. And I will show it to you as we go through. Love the photo shoot of the school kids. Thank you. We have a lot of fun with our high school seniors. We really love them. And we've got a couple more coming up next week. I don't know if we're shooting this week. This week's the first week of school. Hey now. Hey, Mr. Chuck. Mr. Chuck, if you already did your Be Kind 101, then I missed it live. So I'll have to check the replay if you already did it. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry I missed it. I will check the replay. I'm bummed that I wasn't there live. Okay, cool. All right, so today's idea for you to steal is why having fun can be a business. Sorry, I flipped it while I was talking. Why having fun can be a big advantage for a small business. Okay. And, you know, a lot of people, I think, talk about, you know, you got to be yourself. You got to show personality in social media. But this is specifically kind of my angle on why having fun is a secret weapon for a small business versus large businesses, and why live streaming, why social media has kind of leveled the playing field for small business brick and mortars like us to be able to market just as well as a big business, maybe even better. I actually take the maybe out of that. Better than big businesses. And it's all about having fun. Not that everything should just be fun and fluff. You got to have boost staff morale. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know, a lot of big corporations, to their credit, have done a better job over the years to try to boost staff morale when there is a big staff, to try to make it a fun place, make work environments better. But as a general rule, I still believe, and this gets into my first slide, that big corporations aren't very fun as a rule. Big corporations are not that fun as a rule. I think that big corporations because they're so big and because of all the bureaucracy and because of all the politics and because of the culture of corporate America, which I spent a lot of years in before Allie rescued me and brought me to Frameable Faces with her. I think the corporate culture, and I think those huge companies are not, as a rule, always the most fun environments. And I feel like as a consumer, hey, Kim, I feel like for consumers, Kim, we're just getting started on the first slide about why for small brands, for small businesses, entrepreneurs, having fun is really the secret weapon against big businesses, because it's a huge advantage for a small business over a large business. Staffs over 100 get too impersonal. Exactly, Tony. Small businesses, as they grow into big businesses, find that they lose a lot of that. When small businesses start off, it can be kind of a family environment, and as they get big, it starts to become more corporate. And when you hear that, when you talk about things becoming more corporate, what do you think of? You think of not very fun, right? They lose a little something. As a matter of fact, a good analogy for this, hey, Max, what's up, buddy? I found a good analogy when I wasn't even looking for it on this morning on the web that I'm going to show you really quickly. It's a great article on ESPN right now. More corporate. Run. Yeah, exactly. Hello, Max. Just this morning on ESPN.com, flipping the field. Not even Nick Saban and Brian Kelly could muster a smile after a wild week one. Now, for those of you that might not follow college football, that's okay. The point is those two coaches referenced in the article are coaches who had big victories this week. They won big games, and yet if you looked at them and talked and heard their interviews after the game and saw their demeanor and how they carried themselves, they didn't look like they were having a lot of fun. And college football has become big business, right? It's kind of lost a little of what made it great. A lot of it's still there. You know, student bodies, marching bands, fight songs, all that stuff, alumni. I love college football too. Hey, Suzanne. And I like college football more than pro football because pro football is such a business. But college football, I think this illustrates it very well, has become such a big business that coaches are not having fun like they should. And I think big businesses don't always equal fun. Hey, Melanie. So, amen, right? So, I think as a general rule, I think small businesses have an advantage over big ones because big corporations don't always equal fun. So, let's just establish that first, right? And that's our first slide. Hello. So, secondly, here's why it's an advantage for small businesses to have fun. To my point about big businesses not being that much fun, the reason why it's an advantage for a small business to be fun, you had your own small business for 25 years, so you'll probably understand this. People won't cheer for big businesses, typically, but they will cheer for you. The same reason that big businesses are not that fun and corporate culture is not an enjoyable, fun place to be generally, for those same reasons, it translates into the whole culture that consumers can feel too, right? Consumers, sure, they're loyal to the brands that they like, but they don't love and cheer for McDonald's, right? Hey, Jamie. Thanks for inviting, Melanie. They don't love and cheer for McDonald's. They don't love and cheer for big corporations. People don't love and cheer for Verizon. The underdog always gets cheered. Exactly. So if we're doing kind of a side-by-side comparison, big corporations, small mom-and-pop shops, the underdog is the small mom-and-pop shop. Corporations by law prioritize shareholder profit over social value. Exactly. Well stated, Tony. No, you didn't miss my idea yet, Jamie. Our biz should be an adventure. Mom and pop shops. Exactly. See, people feel an affinity towards their local mom and pop shop. And I think it's been more of a trend over, really, I think in the social media age, and I don't think that's a coincidence, that the trend has kind of been for small mom and pop shops to kind of reclaim their place in the marketplace. It used to be the other way around. Before social media, big businesses were gobbling up small businesses, and big box stores were putting a lot of mom and pops out of business. And I think the trend is kind of reversed a little bit now. I think small mom and pop shops, small businesses are starting to reclaim their place. And I think a lot of it is due to social media. Hey, share you. So I think, so Jamie, and just to recap for you, this is only the second point. The first point was just simply the fact that big businesses are not that fun. Corporate America is not fun. Small businesses create more jobs than large ones. Is that a stat, Tony? Is that true at this point? That'd be great to know. Hey, Bruno, I didn't research this that deeply on that level, but I can always count on Pensive to come in and deliver lots of extra stuff to fill in the cracks with fun and interesting and informative factoids. Hey, David, how you doing, buddy? I'm glad you're here. Thanks for joining. So the second point of Steal Doug's idea today, that's great to know, Tony, is that people won't cheer for big businesses. They will cheer for you and your small business. Hey, David, people love the corner shop. They love mom and pop shops, and they will cheer for you. So just the fact that you've got that loyalty and that affinity, social media lets small businesses humanize their brands much more than big businesses can. Much more, Max. And that actually segues right into our next point. I'm glad you brought that up. And let's go to that.
He's not a plant either.
He's not a plant. No, Max is not a plant. So here's the third point. To Max's point, a small business doesn't need to approve fun through multiple channels. Yes, Tony, shop local, think global, exactly. A small business does not need to approve fun through multiple channels. One of the things that I love about having this business with Allie is that we can do our own thing and we can have fun. And as you've seen, hey, Ola, did you create a second Periscope profile? I thought I saw a different one kind of pop up and I got confused. I want to make sure I'm following the right one. But thanks for joining. Ola, I'm glad you're here too, as a small business, as a small brand. You don't think we, Jamie doesn't think we have any fun here.
No.
We're very serious.
Yeah, we're very serious.
Right, Doug can suggest the fun and Allie can approve it. Exactly. I see what you did there, David. Check in with the fun department before laughing. Right? Big businesses are not nimble enough to come out with something fun. I mean, and hey, listen, lots of brands, yes, as it was getting annoying having used codes to log in. Okay, Ola, so you're going to be scoping onto the new profile. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for joining. Yeah, there's no approval process for a small business to have some fun. If we think of something fun, we just go for it, and we have fun with it. Hey, Lisa, but big businesses, this is where the advantages really come in, okay? Because when I talked about, red tape, exactly. Does the fund represent the company? Exactly. Lots of decisions have to be made about whether or not it matches up with the brand. Who are they going to give the keys to in the marketing department or in the community management department to put out social media content that's going to be fun, that still matches the brand profile and the brand message? That's a big problem for big businesses, and it's why a lot of large brands don't jump right on Periscope. Managers mingle with staff. Yeah, good question, right? Yes, trying to transfer over to this one. Okay, Ola, good. The fun department is the PR people, and they only use focus group approved messages. Exactly. By the time something hits the screen, by the time something hits the marketplace with a marketing message, it's so scripted. Even the ones that are successfully fun, which there are some, they've gone through so many levels to get to that point. They're just not nimble. Big companies are not nimble. And so the approval process for big companies, channels and the bureaucracy and the red tape that it has to go through to have fun, makes it very difficult for big companies to compete with small brands that can just jump on and have fun. When big companies try to have fun, it's not fun anymore. It's a chore. Exactly. So I think for small businesses, which is really the angle here, for small businesses, focus groups can be useless. See what happens in The Apprentice. I actually don't watch The Apprentice much, but I can take your word for it. Oh, thanks for inviting, Ola. Yeah, listen, Allie and I, one day, we've got this whole series on our channel, and it's so silly, right? Where we do our silly British accents. Ola, I know you love them. But that just happened spontaneously one day. A couple of British people came into our scope. We started doing silly accents, and it became a thing. We didn't have to think about it. We didn't have to get it approved. We didn't have to take it before. Yeah, piss off. Right, David. Why's it got to be Doug piss off? Why's it got to be Doug piss off? David, you're a hater. And that's the point. We didn't have to take it before the marketing department to get it approved. We didn't have to go through unapproved madness. Exactly. Listen, there's a lot of substance here. Steal Doug's idea. I get out what I think is valuable content, at least I try to, for people to help grow their businesses. We do a lot of on-location photo shoots, which is really what our core business is, so we don't lose sight of that. You need to pop up, right? You need to pop up when you say piss off. Yeah. The spontaneous shenanigans, right? It's fun. But Verizon could never do that. One of the most memorable scopes, right? Verizon could never do that. McDonald's could never do that. McDonald's would not give the keys to somebody to jump on their Periscope and just do fun stuff. I don't think. Maybe someday they will, but listen, we're what, 5-6 months into this already, and they haven't that I know of. And if they did, who would care anyway? They're McDonald's. No one cheers for McDonald's. So, and listen, my point here isn't to hammer McDonald's. I eat McDonald's. It's not like I would never go to McDonald's. I don't mean to pick on them. I'm just saying big businesses in general. So, where was I? Lost. David, you got me off track. Focus. Yeah. Okay, so let's get to the next point. Their ideas are still going around the boardroom. Exactly. Spontaneous fun. John has done some silliness for T-Mobile. Actually, I've heard that, and I have not really watched him, even though I worked for T-Mobile for 5 long years. And I'm not really, you cheer for McDonald's, they employ my niece. David, listen, I get it. Like I said, there are things at McDonald's that I love. There's nothing like a Big Mac for a guilty pleasure. Not that I eat a lot of them. I'm just talking about big brands in general. You know what I mean. Well done to Fox News for jumping on Periscope. Oh, okay. I did not know they did. Hey, listen, I think more big brands will, but I think they're going to be very careful about it, and my point remains the same. Small businesses don't need to approve fun through multiple channels and bring back the burglar. Yeah, exactly, the Hamburglar, right? Okay, so let's get to our next point. This is an important one. A small business isn't encumbered by the habit of controlling the message. I'll let you think about that one for a second. It's a little wordy. I'm going to go through it, but I'm going to repeat it one time. A small business is not encumbered by the habit of controlling the message. Anybody know what I mean by that? Just curious. Chime in. I think this is a very, very important one. Encumbered, LOL. Allie doesn't get it. Anybody confused by that one? I'm going to explain it. Just giving you all a chance to chime in. Did Allie write these notes? That's a big word. Well, I'll give you a hint on that. I went to Michigan. Allie went to Michigan State. Who do you think wrote it? Just kidding. Just kidding. Hey, Brittany Teeter. Brittany Teeter? I had a former teammate whose last name was Teeter. Hey, Legend Frankie. Okay, I'll go ahead and explain this to you. This is really important. It's hard. Hey, Levs A. Allie, I got my wife trolling me in my own scope. No comment. I just did high school. It's all good, David. From Washington State. Oh, welcome from Washington State. She's going to hit me with Reflecto. I know, right? So it's hard for big companies to get and understand that they can't control the message anymore. Before social media, big businesses controlled the message with commercials. There was no social media. The consumer didn't have a voice. The consumer couldn't talk back to a commercial. The consumer didn't have a place to post online about a bad experience. Big businesses have a habit of controlling the message. I've never seen Mad Men. Is that in Mad Men? Is that a theme in Mad Men, David? Big businesses are used to controlling the message. It's habit for them. They could put a commercial out there and people didn't have DVRs to fast forward through them. People didn't have social media to go online advertising. Oh, right, Mad Men is about the advertising industry. Okay, thanks, David. I haven't watched it, but thanks for that reference. Yes. Small business or big businesses are in the habit of controlling that message, and people couldn't really talk back. You kind of had to sit there, and you could get up and get a drink or go to the bathroom during a commercial break, but you couldn't fast forward through them. And a lot of people were kind of forced to sit there and watch commercials. Okay? Big businesses were in the habit of kind of controlling the message. Consumers didn't have the voice. Now anybody that gets social media has a voice. Big businesses are behind the eight ball right now. Exactly, David, for all of these reasons, I believe. And that's why having fun is a secret weapon for smaller businesses. You complained about Tesco on Twitter. They soon responded. They're starting to get that. Absolutely, they're getting that. They're getting that. And actually, I'm glad you brought up that point, because in my notes here, my next point was, even the ones like you just referenced, like Tesco, even the ones that get it, which at this point is most big businesses. Most big businesses do, especially that are customer service oriented at all, do understand that you have to respond to complaints on Twitter and that you have to be engaged. They kind of get it. But yeah, David, very few still get Twitter well. Your cell company has amazing Twitter customer support, Fido Mobile. There you go. So my point, David, for Fido Mobile, for Tesco, for any of these big companies that do get responding to customer complaints on Twitter, those companies are still, even while they're responding and engaging on social media, they are still running old school commercials for millions and millions of dollars. And I'm not saying that they should stop that immediately. I'm just saying they're still in the habit of doing that. They're still in the habit of spending millions and millions of dollars through their marketing departments and focus groups and all that crap to try to control the message in these big media outlets. They haven't stopped doing that. They are still encumbered. See, I'm using that word again. They're still encumbered by the habit of controlling the message. So even though social media is there for them and they've started to get it, they could drop commercials and just lower their prices and people would flock. Absolutely. But they're not doing that anytime soon, are they, David? Exactly, right? They kind of get it, but they don't really get it because they are still in that habit of controlling the message. Well, meanwhile, small businesses, message would spread organically by word of mouth and online. Exactly. And that's where the small business has the advantage. I've often said that I can create a better commercial on Periscope for my studio with no budget than McDonald's can for $1 billion. Flock, exactly. A little nonsense now and then is valued by the wisest men. Great quote, Pensive. Exactly. Small businesses were never in the habit of being able to control the message. They couldn't. Small businesses have always had to be crafty, have always had to scratch and claw, because they don't have big advertising budgets when advertising was the game, right? But now for small businesses, we never had to control the message. We've always been good at this. We've always been good at telling our story to potential customers. Ola, exactly. We've always been good at it. We've always been good at building person-to-person relationships on your block, in your community, in your hometown. We've always been good at that. Social media gives us a chance to just do it to more people and to do it better, in a nimble way, in a fun way that large corporations cannot do. So that's a big advantage to having fun for small businesses, because we've never controlled the message and we've never had to try to figure out how to. We've always been good at building relationships organically, which is what's fun here on Periscope and other forms of social media. So let's go to the next point. My new word is nimble. That's loverly, right, Allie? Without investing big cash on failed campaigns. You got it, Tony. So here we go. My fifth and final point. So have fun. Life is too short. Serious all the time is boring. Fun is your secret weapon. Fun is your secret weapon as a small business. Amen, right, Kim? Let's have fun. Your clients want to have fun. They want to leave with a smile on their face. Whatever service you're providing, whatever product you're selling, have fun. And just do it in a really natural way. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. As long as you have a bit of a governor on your mouth, hey, governor, as long as you have a bit of a governor, and you can kind of control yourself and kind of keep yourself appropriate, push the envelope, have some fun. We're going to have so much effing fun, they're going to have to remove the smiles from our faces. What movie? Forget Super Bowl ads and give money to local schools and hospitals. Buy an MRI CT scanner. That'd be David. David, you've always got the right vibe, though. You've always got it. You get it. You get the good vibe stuff. You get it. Brilliant. Amaze balls. Absolutely. Have fun. Have fun, guys, and don't be afraid to have fun. Don't be afraid. Listen, serious all the time is boring. Even here on Periscope, I've seen people who are on Periscope, and I'm not saying this to be a hater or call anybody out in particular. David is so smeared. But I see people who are scoping all day long about business, and branding and tips. And, I tune in at night at 10 o'clock at night, and they're still talking about making money and tips and boring after a while. Like, the marketers can be so boring. Have fun. Make some fun out of this and be yourself and be natural and have some fun. The big businesses are not good at it. The small businesses are good at it. So that's my tip. That's my Steal Doug's idea for the day. Let's recap, shall we? Steal Doug's idea. Here's the recap, people. Why having fun can be a big advantage for a small business. Number one, big corporations aren't very fun as a rule. Small businesses can be. Corporate culture, corporate bureaucracy, red tape, it's not that fun. Best commercials are the local funny ones. Exactly, Tony. Number two, people won't cheer for a big business typically, but they will cheer for you. They'll cheer for you because you live in their community and you're a mom and pop shop. Number three, a small biz doesn't need to approve fun through multiple channels. Bureaucracy, red tape. As a small business owner, have fun and do it on your own and just do what you feel is right. David cheers for Frameable Faces. Thank you, David. Number four, a small biz isn't encumbered by the habit of controlling the message. Big businesses were able to control the message before social media. Like the fisheye PC screen, right? It's actually not a PC screen, pensive. It's a Samsung monitor, but it's a Mac Mini. Gotcha. Small business isn't encumbered by the habit of controlling the message. In other words, big businesses, before social media, encumbered. Exactly, David. They were able to control the message with commercials before DVRs, before social media. And even though big brands are now starting to get that you need to be on social media and you need to politically correct. There you go. Even though big businesses are starting to understand that they need to engage and do customer service over social media, they still haven't broken out of that habit of spending millions and millions of dollars on big budget marketing campaigns. Small businesses have never been in the habit of controlling the message because they never had a big budget to do so. Personal computer, duh. Tony's always one step ahead. You got me. All right, touche, Tony. And number five, so have fun. Life is too short. Serious all the time is boring. Fun is your secret weapon. Small businesses do it better than big corporations. And people want to have fun with their mom and pop shop, not with Verizon Wireless. Okay? So there it is. You can follow our blog at frameablefaces.com. Piece of it's all good, David. Follow the blog at frameablefaces.com/blog, and you can subscribe to us on our YouTube channel. Oh, look who's here.
Hi.
And you can follow us just about everywhere else at Frameable Faces. Same handle as we are on Periscope. Follow us there everywhere else. And that's my idea for the day.
You're so smart.
Oh, thanks, Allie. So you can, damn boss is standing around my desk making me unhappy. Right? Exactly, Kim.
Kim, you should work here with bare feet. David, keep it clean. Keep it clean, David.
Thanks, David. Can't give her, oh, you're on, who can't give? What do you mean you can't give her?
Because her stupid boss is right there.
What do you mean?
She can't tap the screen.
She can't tap the screen? How's she commenting?
I don't know. She's Superwoman.
Thanks, Max. David, you can come work here.
Come work here. We're not that far.
So join. Yeah, right. She's controlling the employee. Exactly. We're starting to get too corporate around here at Frameable Faces. Can't tap. I know.
I can tap.
All right.
Watch. I tapped.
So obnoxious.
It's
All
fun.
right. So join us next week on Monday at our regularly scheduled time, unless you hear differently. Exactly, right?
Leave her alone.
Unless you hear differently, next Monday at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for Steal Doug's Idea right here on the Frameable Faces channel. We hope you all have a great rest of your Tuesday and a great rest of the week.
We need a theme song.
We're working on that. We're working on that. That might happen. Might happen. Oh, they know you're periscoping when you tap.
Micromanagement at its best.
Yes, the corporate environment.
Ooh.
That's okay, though. You're here with us right now, Kim. All right. So we're going to shut this down. Steel Doug equals Iron Man.
That's our theme song.
Right.
Bye.
All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day. Put the phone on the floor, toe tap, LOL. Right? No, I'm not doing that.
No, Kim.
Oh, right. All right. Man, I'm slow. All right. I got to eat. All right. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. See ya.